Here.
Rowe, Bagley, Harding. Mr. President.
Here. Please rise for the pledge and opening remarks by Councilmember Johnson.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Good afternoon. As my time on the council comes to a close, I had the chance to reflect deeply on what truly matters in public service. And at the heart of all of it is this, the power of listening. Over the years, I've learned that leadership isn't about having all the answers. It's about making space for all the voices. And I want to be clear, every voice in Omaha deserves to be heard. Some of the most important insights I've received didn't come from boardrooms or formal meetings. They came from front porches, community centers, and small business owners, and young people such as you guys with big dreams. They came from residents who had long felt ignored, but who still cared deeply about their neighborhood and their city. And that's what makes Omaha strong. Not just our infrastructure or investments, but the voices of the people who love this city and want to be a part of shaping its future. As I step away from this seat, I leave with a full heart and a deep belief that Omaha is at its best when everyone has a seat at the table. The work continues, and it must continue, with a commitment to equity, inclusion, and honest listening. So to the next generation of leaders, keep your ears open, seek out the quiet voices, invite in those who have been left out. Because when all of Omaha is heard, all of Omaha can rise. Thank you for the honor of serving you.
Thank you, and thank you, Councilmember Johnson, for your public service. Madam Clerk.
An affidavit of publication is on file for the pre-council and city council meeting, and a current copy of the Open Meeting Act is posted in a white binder on the east wall of legislative chambers.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Omaha City Council. We appreciate having you here today. We look forward to hearing from you on our many items. If you have your cell phones with you today, please turn them to vibrate or even just to off. If you have difficulty hearing the proceedings today, you can talk to our building commission attendant for a listening device, or there's also closed captioning in the back of the room. I have just one item to note before we get our meeting started today, and that is that I had the pleasure of speaking to the Nebraska Civic Leaders Program again today, who's with us here in the chambers. This is a group affiliated with UNO and Professor Randy Atkins, and then numerous high schools from throughout the city that is here learning about city government and participating in our meeting for a period of time this afternoon. So I wanted to note their attendance here, and they're from Central High School, Buena Vista, Bryan, Northwest, North, and South High Schools. So thanks for being here.
Just want to make one comment. I had Professor Atkins as a professor when I went to UNO. So I just want all of you to know one of you will be the next person up here since you have such a wonderful professor. So thank you, Professor Atkins.
Thank you. Madam Clerk.
Item 6, to consider a Class CK liquor license for First Round located at 2829 South 181st Street.
The public hearing and vote on number 6 is today. Proponents, please.
Hello, I'm Amanda Peter-Smith with First Round.
And your address too?
2829 South 181st Street, Omaha, Nebraska 68130.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I'm Kylie Petersmith with First Round, 2829 South 181st Street.
Okay, just here to answer questions, right?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Any other proponents on number 6? Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing's closed. There's a motion and a second to approve. Roll call.
Hug. Johnson. Melton.
Yes.
Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Item 7, to consider a Class C liquor license for Harold's Bar located at 8558 Blondo Street.
Public hearing and vote on number 7 is today. Proponents, please.
Brian Childers, 8558 Blondo Street, Omaha, Nebraska.
Thank you. Any other proponents today?
Ross Coley, 329 Frank Street, Council Bluffs, Iowa. I own a bar down the street from Harold's. Since Brian's came in, they experienced a bunch of tragedy in their family, if anybody knows the story. They're familiar with what they've gone through, but since Brian's came in, they've redone all of their back volleyball area, pulled out all the old sand, put in new sand. He's cleaned up the front of the building, the side, the back. So I just wanted to make the council aware of the improvements I've seen as a neighbor. So, yeah.
Yep, thank you. Any other proponents that want to speak today? Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing's closed. Council members, this is in my district, and I agree with Mr. Coley's comments, and I appreciate all you've done there, and I know it's been a tough time for your family, so be supportive of this approval today.
Appreciate that.
Yep.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve. Roll call.
Hug. Johnson. Melton.
Yes.
Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0.
Thank you.
Thanks. Good luck.
Item 8, to consider a Class C liquor license for The Hollows located at 5019 Underwood Avenue.
Public hearing and vote on number 8 is today. Proponents, please.
Hello, my name is Julius Nero. I'm here for the Hollows. Address will be 5019 Underwood Avenue.
And I'm Shauna Blair, also for the Hollows at 5019 Underwood Avenue.
Thank you. Any other proponents? Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing's closed. This one's also in my district, right in the middle of Dundee. I'm familiar with the spot that's getting renovated right now, I think. Julius or Shauna, do you want to talk a little bit about what's coming next to pitch there?
Yes, so we're just trying to create a comfortable space for our neighbors and friends. I also work at another spot in Dundee, but it'll be just a very quaint cocktail lounge.
Mm-hmm. When do you hope to be open?
We're in construction, of course. We all know how that goes. Things take a little longer than necessary, but we're hoping June, but we're thinking more along the lines of late July.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the idea is to hopefully have some food service from pitch to
Yep.
back and forth and
Yep.
have a partnership there.
Yep.
Great. I look forward to trying it.
All right.
Welcome
Thanks.
to the
We look
neighborhood.
forward to serving you.
Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion and a second to approve. Roll call.
Hug. Johnson. Melton.
Yes.
Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0.
Thank
you.
you.
Item 9, to consider a Class C liquor license for the Meadowlark Lounge located at 3302 Leavenworth Street.
Public hearing and vote on number 8 is today. Proponents, please.
Ross Coley, 329 Frank Street, Council Bluffs, Iowa, 51503.
Dennis Coley, the father thereof, 2710 North Main Street, Elkhorn, now Omaha, Nebraska, honorably represented by Mr. Harding. Its district, thank you.
So we're just here to answer questions. This is the ownership group. Michael Wiedemeyer is going to be our general manager down there. If you're unfamiliar, this is the old VFW building on 33rd and Leavenworth. We're just here to answer any questions you might have.
If I may, Ross said to keep it under 30 minutes, so I'll be prompt. Back a million years ago when I had hair like Ron Hug, I used to practice football and play baseball in Sunken Gardens not too far. It was a very vibrant community then. It's not as vibrant right now, although it's making a comeback. Right out the door, we have the Nebraska Med Center. we've got a new apartment complex. It's coming back to life. This building's been available for about 3 years. It's got a basement that'll be like a meeting room, and then above is going to be the bar. These fellas have come in and really done a nice restoration job. I think it's going to be some more life to that community. And I would honorably request that you favorably consider this liquor license application. And this is his third one. The good news is they're going to own it. They're not going to be lessees, they're going to be the owners. So thank you, one and all.
Thank you. Any other proponents that want to speak today? Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing is closed. Mr. Bagley, you're recognized.
Thanks, Mr. President. Mr. Coley, good afternoon. I'm trying to remember who I talked to on Thursday on the phone. One of you guys.
I don't think so.
Well, I'll just go through the things we talked about. What about food?
No food.
No food?
What we've ran into thus far is to redo the hood system in the kitchen. It's going to be around 80 to 90,000. Once that's completed, we will then have to, they would then determine whether a sprinkler system would have to be redone, and that would be the entire building, both floors. The other, the incurred costs on that would be roughly around another 100,000. So ultimately, what we would like to do is find an ambitious food truck owner with deep pockets that could come in and maybe take on that renovation with us. But as of right now, there will not be a food option, and those are the reasons why.
Okay.
Although it doesn't mean that in the future we would like, we'd like to have food at some point. So
In that, as I read, the garage door, you're going to open it from the front?
Yes.
Is that how, from Leavenworth side?
And Michael might be able to answer that question a little better.
The whole south side of the
Name and
Michael
address.
Wiedemeyer, 1109 Howard Street.
Thanks, Mike.
The whole south side of the building will be garage doors.
Okay.
Yep.
And when do you plan on opening, by St. Patrick's Day? Is that the goal, or
No, late May, early June.
late
of
May?
this year.
Okay, all right. And what are your hours going to be?
Monday through Thursday, 4 o'clock to 2 a.m., Friday 2 to 2, Saturday, Sunday, noon to 2.
Okay. That's all the questions I had. Thanks for coming down, and I'll make a motion to support this today, and that is with a waiver on Park Rule number 7.
There's a motion, a second to approve. Waiving Rule 7. Roll call.
Hug.
Yes.
Johnson. Melton.
Yes.
Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0.
Thank you. Thanks. Yep. Good luck, guys.
Item 10, to consider a Class C liquor license for Unity Seafood located at 7605 Cass Street.
Public hearing and vote on number 10 is today. Proponents, please.
Hello, my name is In Chun Jiang. I'm 2628 North 160th Avenue.
Thank you. Any other proponents that want to speak today? Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing's closed. This is the former Outback, right? that you're-
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me about your operation and what you intend to do there.
Like a seafood restaurant.
Okay. And when do you hope to open?
July.
In May?
July.
Oh, July. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. It'll be nice to see that property be productive again. Thank you.
I'll
Is
make
it-
a move to approve.
Motion and a second to approve. Roll call.
Hug. Johnson. Melton.
Yes.
Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0.
Thank you.
you.
Item 11, to consider a Class C liquor license for Early Bird located at 17305 Davenport Street, Suite Q 101. And there is an amendment to amend the dimensions for the application at your seats.
All right. Thank you. It's the public hearing and vote for number 11. We have the applicant by Zoom. Ms. Connor will get you off mute here in a second. Okay, try that.
Hi, Nikki Connor, 19032 R Street, Omaha, Nebraska, 68135. Here on behalf of Early Bird, they are opening a new location in Village Point.
Great. Thank you. Any other proponents today? Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing's closed.
Of the outdoor area.
amendment first?
You need to make an amendment for, okay. I'll make a motion to amend the application to correct the dimensions of the outdoor area.
So motion and a second. Roll call.
Hug. Johnson. Melton.
Yes.
Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0.
Second.
As amended in a
Thank
second.
you.
And a second. Roll call.
Hug. Johnson. Melton.
Yes.
Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0.
Thank you.
Item 12, to consider a Class I liquor license for Martini Nails and Spa located at 1008 South 74th Plaza.
Public hearing and vote on number 12 is today. Proponents, please.
Hi, my name is Amanda Brown. My address is 12656 Laurel Avenue.
Thank you. Other proponents today? Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing is closed.
Second.
There's a motion to approve in a second. Roll call.
Hug. Johnson.
Yes.
Melton.
Yes.
Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0.
Thank you, guys.
Item 13, to consider a Class I liquor license for Revival House located at 3710 Harney Street, Suites 113 to 114.
Public hearing and vote on number 13 is today. Proponents, please.
Good afternoon, Scott Miller, 6735 Leesburg Court in Lincoln, 68516.
Okay, thank you. Any other proponents today? Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing is closed. Mr. Bagley, you're recognized.
Thanks, Mr. President. Mr. Miller, good afternoon. And I won't make reference to St. Patrick's Day like I did at the Meadowlark Lounge. They were talking about how they like the traffic on Leavenworth Street on St. Patrick's Day. So you are in Blackstone.
Correct.
Tell us what kind of establishment you're looking to have there in Blackstone.
Okay, it's going to be a craft cocktail bar specifically towards higher end specialty drinks.
And who's the general manager going to be? Somebody you trust?
Yeah, my brother, Michael Miller.
Younger or older brother?
He's younger. He looks
Okay.
older. He's here. He's always late. He'll be here in a minute. You'll know.
I know how those younger and older brothers can be. And what's your goal on the open date when you want to break ground and open?
First part of June, but like some prior people up here, it's dependent on the build schedule, and right now it's behind a little bit, but first part of June is what we think.
Okay, and ground's already been broken, obviously, so one of the things, when I looked this up last Thursday on our agenda, it's located at 3710 Leavenworth, but when I looked at the plans, it's actually more towards the Farnham Street side, but that's a legal address?
Correct. The Farnham Street is the prominent location of it. The parking lot in the back is the technical legal address that we were told by the property managers to use for the liquor license.
Okay, and have you reached out to the neighborhood business improvement district or the neighborhood association?
Yes, we've reached out to the Blackstone Business Association, and they're excited to have us, and we're going to be members of their association.
Okay, well, thanks it's good seeing you in person, and I'll look forward to trying to slip in there, and always like to support our businesses in our district and in the city. I wish you the best of luck, and I make a motion to support this today.
Second. And that is also subject to rule, oh no,
We're gonna.
straight approval, right? Okay. Motion to approve in a second. No further lights. Roll call.
Hug. Johnson. Melton.
Yes.
Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0.
Thank you. Thank you.
Item 14, to consider a liquor license addition application for NP Mart 19 located at 7166 North 30th Street to add an indoor area as part of a remodel. A is communication in opposition.
Public hearing and vote on number 14 is today. Proponents, please.
Good afternoon, Mr. President, members of the council. David Houghton, 8204 South 87th Avenue. Here on behalf of the applicant, 30th Street Petroleum LLC, doing business as NP Mart 19, which is located at 7166 North 30th Street. This is an expansion of about 200 square feet of their current property, and that was done to enlarge the bathroom space of the facility. NP Mart has a little over $1 million invested in this property over the last couple of years. If you have any questions, we'd be happy to address them. I brought along with me today Ann Gordon, who's the general manager of the store. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, City Council members. I'm Ann Gordon. I've been with our shed. We've been working in this area for about 10 years. you don't mind me looking at my notes. We've proudly served Nebraska for 10 years, and we have made major improvements to North Omaha, revitalizing aging properties and bringing meaningful improvements to all the neighborhoods that we serve. At 7166 North 30th, it was an old mechanic shop that we've transformed into a brand new NP Mart with the $1.7 million investment, 4 brand new fuel pumps for 8 customers at a time. This site has turned in one of the most attractive and functional corners in the area. We've also spent nearly $100,000 of our own money to improve all the developments on the sidewalks and city property lines, improving access for everyone. Before I request your approval today, I want to sincerely thank Councilwoman Juanita Johnson for her incredible support over these last few years, especially helping us work through the driveway issues with the Public Works Department down there. That was amazing. I also want to recognize and thank the city planning teams. They've been amazing to work on us with all the projects that we have endured. We currently hold a liquor license at this location, but we're simply requesting your approval to extend that license to our newly expanded building space. Our staff is fully trained. We're committed to the responsible alcohol sales to the communities. And I'm here for any questions you may have, please. Thank you.
Thank you. One question for you. What's your address?
Oh, my bad. I live at 3907 North 67th Avenue in your district,
All right.
68104.
Great. Thank you. Any other proponents today? Seeing none. Any opponents? Public hearings closed. Ms. Johnson, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would just like to say that the owner of MP Mart has truly soared lots of income investment into this community in District 2, which is the area in which I represent. And I would like to say that all of the investments that you had in the community has been definitely an improvement, removed eyesores, just beautiful things. And it is obviously bringing some investment back in North Omaha is really something that is very much needed, long overdue, and I appreciate all of the efforts that you have provided. Thank you, and I would motion to amend this with Rule 7. I hear echoes of waiving Rule 7. Thank you.
Yep. So motion to approve with waiver of Rule 7 and a second. No further lights. Roll call.
Hug.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Melton. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0.
Thank you. I think that's all we need on that item. Yep. Thank you.
Item 15, to consider a special designated liquor license application for the Broke Down Palace located at 8805 Maple Street for an outdoor concert on May 8th through 10th from 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. with music until 2 a.m. with an alternate date of May 11th.
The public hearing on vote on number 15 is today. Proponents, please. It's Ross Coley Day today.
Ross Coley Day today, sorry. Ross Coley, 329 Frank Street, Council Bluffs, Iowa, 51503.
Dennis Coley, AKA Pops, 2710 North Main Street, Elkhorn, now Omaha, Nebraska.
Thank you. Any other proponents today? Seeing none. Any opponents?
Good afternoon, Pops. Good afternoon, Omaha City Council. To put a little lighting on this, Donnie R. Johnson and Johnson Equestrian Foundation and North Omaha Concerned Citizen Foundation. We have come to the conclusion to help these young folks here get some money to go to Washington, D.C. on spring break.
Donnie, it's got to be about the liquor license.
Yeah, we're having some problem with medical marijuana and Bill Clinton smoking it and Barack Obama.
No.
Okay.
Any other opponents to number 15? Seeing none, public hearings closed. Council members, this is also in my district, and This has been an annual event that Ross has always handled very well, and I'm supportive of. I know the typical paperwork says music till 2 a.m., but I think our typical practice is more like midnight or 1 o'clock. I'd be fine with either one of those. I think they've done a nice job and haven't had any complaints in recent years. So I can't make a motion, but I would support a motion of that nature. And I believe, Ross, if you want to address the midnight or 1.
Yeah, I would motion for 1 a.m. In the past, we've always done midnight. It would be nice in case we run over by 10 or 15 minutes to have that buffer zone. But right now, music is slated to end at 12 o'clock. So if that helps explain some of that.
Thank you.
And if I may, the configuration is very well done. It's essentially all commercial. There is one exposure to the south, which is trees, bushes, and a large escalating hill. So there's virtually no residences near there. So the possibility, I think, of disturbing the neighbors, and the Maple Street is on the north, so it's kind of a...
And the stage is pointed north towards Maple Street, so, for clarification.
It's our 6th or 7th year.
This will be our 7th year open, our 6th year doing the festival, so.
Okay, great, thanks. Mr. Harding, you're recognized.
First of all, you've taken all the joy out of my life that I can no longer refer to you as Dave Kroll with now knowing who your dad
with the
is.
haircut. I know.
Was it his dad or the suit?
I was like, right.
I wish I had hair to cut.
Yeah, I know. The running Dave Kroll jokes, I was wondering if they
all right.
were coming to an end.
I'll make a motion to amend this to 1 a.m. or I'll make the amendment to 1 a.m. and then I'll move to as amended.
Okay. There's a motion to amend to 1 a.m. Roll call.
Hug. Johnson. Melton. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0.
Thank you all for your service. And Ms. Councilwoman Johnson, the second time I was here with my partner Stephen, you came up and shook our hands, asked our names, thanked us for being here. Small gesture on your part really meant a lot to us. So you always kind of made everyone feel seen and heard. So just thank you for all your service. We really appreciate it. And for all the council members' service. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
There is one more vote to take place. There's a motion to approve as amended in a second. Roll call.
Hug. Johnson. Melton. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0. Item 16, a resolution to approve the revised preliminary plat for Pine Creek Woods located southwest of 156 and Potter Streets. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
Public hearing and vote on number 16 is today. Proponents, please.
Good afternoon, Doug Walter, E&A Consulting Group, 10909 Mill Valley Road. With me today is Charlie Sullivan with 156 Potter LLC, the developer of this project. Before you today is the revised preliminary plat for Pine Creek Woods, a small subdivision with 21 for sale single-family lots and a 2-acre R6 lot. We've read the Planning Department's recommendation report and can comply with all 21 of their comments. And we're just here to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Any other proponents that want to speak today?
Afternoon, I'm Charlie Sullivan, the developer, 11516 Miracle Hills Drive. Just here to answer questions.
Okay. Other proponents? Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing's closed. There's a motion and a second to approve. Roll call.
Hug. Johnson. Melton. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0.
Thanks.
Items 17 through 21 can be considered together for Drews Hill Replat 1, located northwest of 32nd and Y Streets. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval. B is communication and support. Item 17, an ordinance to rezone this property from R535 district to R7 district. Item 18, an ordinance to approve an amendment to the future land use element of the city's master plan from low-density residential to high-density residential. Items 19 and 20, resolutions to approve the preliminary plat and final plat. Item 21, a resolution to approve the subdivision agreement.
Public hearings and votes on items 17 through 21 are today. Proponents, please.
Hi, Bill Lukash, Brinshore Development, 903 South 184th Avenue Circle. Thank you so much for having me here today. Y Street Townhomes is 14 affordable and market rate housing units located between 32nd and 33rd and just a little bit west of 33rd Street along Y Street in South Omaha. The development is part of the Choice Neighborhoods effort in South Omaha, the Southside Terrace Indian Hill Transformation Plan. There are 11 units. They're all 3-bedroom units. 11 of them are townhomes, 3 of them are apartments. 11 of them are just set aside for residents making 80% AMI or less, and 7 of those units will be project-based voucher units, which are provided by the Omaha Housing Authority. The rest are market rate units for this development. I don't know what else I have to say about it. I have a couple pictures, but I don't know how to bring up the...
If you put it on the table over there, that's our new tool.
Okay.
Do you want to call it that?
These are some close to final. These are some close to final pictures of what the townhomes will look like. There are a mixed type of housing, as Councilmember Hug can tell you, in that neighborhood. Here we have some townhomes, and then on the top picture, the 1 3-story apartment building. The rest of the buildings are composed of townhomes. Just so you have an idea of what these look like. But we did have a lot of community engagement in September and October of last year, talking to neighbors, housing committees. We received a lot of feedback, which we incorporated into the plan, and we've settled here, which is presented today for your approval. So thank you.
Thank you. Any other proponents that want to speak today? Seeing none, any opponents?
Good afternoon, Omaha City Council. Donnie R. Johnson, the Johnson Equestrian Foundation, and North Omaha Concerned Citizen Foundation. These developers in Omaha, Nebraska, they do wonderful jobs. But for all the streets they're tearing up, give the kids the money to go to Washington, D.C. on spring break.
Donnie, you have to be on topic when you come to address any item, okay? Any other opponents to these items? Seeing none, public hearings are closed. Mr. Hug, you're recognized.
Just before he said, or just after he said they had community meetings, I was pushed my button right at that moment. And I was going to ask you if you had community meetings.
Well, yeah, we
and
did.
that was setting you up because I know you did. But thank you for mentioning it. And if you could just tell us a little bit about the length and depth of those community meetings for the design.
Yeah, Bill Lukash, Brinshore Development, 903 South 184th Avenue Circle. So as part of the Choice Neighborhood effort, we really want to compliment the city, the Housing Authority, and Canopy South, who are our partners in this effort. But we've had engagement with the community as far back as probably 2019, 2018, about the total redevelopment effort at Southside Terrace. We've had meetings specifically about this Y Street development. As I said, in September and October of last year, we have ongoing community outreach and engagement all throughout the year as part of this total choice neighborhood effort. So we talk to residents, we talk to neighbors, we have contractor outreach events where we try to provide opportunities for subcontractors that want to be involved in the construction of these developments. For building streets in this neighborhood, I know Donnie had said we're tearing up the streets, but in fact, in this project, the City of Omaha, with the use of CDBG funds, is providing a new street, a new Y Street, a street that has never existed before. In fact, these lots have never been developed because there was no infrastructure. So with combination of all these different funding support sources, with the city's help, with help of Canopy South and Omaha Housing Authority, I mean, we're creating something new that is going to help relieve the housing issues that we have in Omaha.
Yeah, you're to be complimented for your tremendous outreach effort. And I noticed our good friend from Canopy South just showed up. I'm going to invite you up to the mic, and since you're so close.
It's going well so far. Don't screw it up.
Cesar Garcia, 2419 North 149th Street. Yes, so, I want to talk a little bit about that site really quick. This is what it shows
real great collaboration. The planning department received a call from someone that wanted to sell the lots, and they knew there was something going on in the city, in the development of that. The planning department called Canopy South. Canopy South arranged a meeting the Wednesday before the whole world shut down, during the pandemic. And then through the collaboration, bringing the funding, working with some CDBG funds to be able to complete the street, getting a great partner for the developer. Now we're talking about bringing some very needed affordable houses in the area. So very, very happy to be part of this collaboration. There's great feedback from the community. Bill was mentioning earlier today, there's been great efforts to make sure that the community has input as far as how the balconies look like, what the color of the doors, how the roof looks like. We want to make sure that they are the experts, that they feel like they're being heard at the end of the day when they see the final design.
Bryn Shore and Canopy South have just been tremendously fantastic for the community and obviously great to work with. I'm not hearing any complaints from Bryn Shore or from Canopy South. I hear nothing but excitement about this whole project. And I do want to point out for the record that the problems that the city had with the demolition of the property up on Spencer Street, we have not experienced that at Southside Terrace. And you guys have just done a phenomenal job keeping them secure. And if I could give you a medal for that, I would. So you're just an outstanding job. Keep up the good work, guys. A motion to approve.
Appreciate it.
Motion to approve in a second. Mr. Rowe, you're recognized.
Yes, I too wanted to thank the development team. Kelly Johnston Dorsey on the planning department has kept us up to speed for those several years that it's been in planning and going through the process. And I remember seeing, the first elevations of the building, and she made the comment to us. She said, we're not sure that the neighbors really like the looks of this. We're going to take it back and have another look. And so I just wanted to express appreciation for your willingness to listen and hear those residents and then actually make those kind of changes. As you mentioned, Mr. Garcia, the changes to the elevations, the balconies, the windows, it really lends itself well for that neighborhood. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you. There's no further delays. There's a motion and a second to approve. Roll call.
Hug. Johnson. Melton. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Item 22, a resolution to approve the Carnation Place Tax Increment Financing Redevelopment Project Plan located at 2711 North 24th Street in an amount up to $216,638.
Public hearing and vote on number 22 is today. Proponents, please.
Good afternoon, Don Seaton, City Planning. Carnation Place project involves a locally landmark historic building on North 24th Street. That picture there, the building will undergo a comprehensive rehabilitation and become a multi-tenant commercial structure. Developer Swan Development, LLC. Project's about $2.4 million investment. TIF support is $216,638. We ask for your approval.
Okay, thank you. Any other proponents today?
Good afternoon, Council. Thanks for having me. Ben Swan, 3515 Hawthorne with Swan Development. We are doing the redevelopment of this property into a best-in-class historic commercial shell. This project will house up to 5 businesses. So we'll have restrooms, HVAC, power, lighting, electrical, all that stuff for up to 5 separate bays. It could be as few as 2. A lot of great history with this building. This was when it was the Carnation Ballroom, it was on the Chitlin Circuit in the 50s and 60s, and acts such as James Brown, B.B. King, Ray Charles all played there. I've talked to a lot of elders who met their husband or wife at one of the shows at the Carnation. Kind of cool stories. And we're looking to basically prepare it for the 21st century. So we did get a placemaking and infrastructure grant that's going to help with that. We've gone to Zoning Board of Appeals, Planning Board, Building Board of Review, everybody to make sure that this unique historic property gets a good comprehensive treatment for being able to service the public for the next century. Here for any questions.
Thank you. Any other proponents? Seeing none. Any opponents? Public hearing's closed. Ms. Johnson, you're recognized.
Motion to approve?
There's a motion and a second to approve. Roll call.
Hug. Johnson. Melton. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0.
Thanks.
Consent agenda. Any member of the City Council may cause any item placed on the consent agenda to be removed. Items removed from the consent agenda shall be taken up by the City Council immediately following the consent agenda in the order in which they were removed unless otherwise provided by the City Council Rules of Order.
The public hearings on agenda items 23 through 28 were held on April 8th. I don't see any further lights. Is there a motion?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Roll call.
Hug. Johnson. Melton. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0.
The public hearings on agenda items 29 through 48 are today. If you wish to address the City Council regarding these items, please come to the microphone, indicate the agenda item number you wish to address, identify yourself by name and address, and who you represent, and if you are a proponent or an opponent. These are items 27 through 48, or sorry, 29 through 48. And just so council members know, we do have applicants available by Zoom for number 29 and 30 if needed. Go ahead.
Evan Schweitz with Metro Transit, 2222 Cumming Street. I'm here to answer any questions regarding item 31 of the bus shelter permit at 41st and Hamilton.
Okay, great, thank you. Any other testifiers on these items? Seeing none, public hearings are closed.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Roll call.
Hug. Johnson. Melton. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0. Item 49, an ordinance levying a special tax and assessment to cover the cost of constructing sidewalks in district number SWR 2024-01. A is amendment of the whole requested by the Public Works Department. B is communication and support.
The vote on number 49 is today. There is an amendment of the whole. Is there a motion? Motion and a second. No further lights. Roll call.
Hug. Johnson. Melton. Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0. Item 50, an ordinance to approve the Poppleton Project East tax increment financing redevelopment agreement.
The public hearing on number 50 is today. Proponents, please.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Don Seaton, Omaha City Planning Department. I'm here for any questions you may have on this agreement.
Okay, thank you.
And Cheryl Garston, Common 1340 Park Avenue, here for any questions.
Thank you. Any other proponents? This has to be the 2911 Poppleton East, right?
I'm going to bring you up to date, Mr. Purchasing. Donnie R. Johnson, the Johnson Equestrian Foundation, North Omaha Concerned Citizen Foundation. I'm supporting this project because back in 78, 79, there's a business there, and they sent me to a program to study in France. So I want to repay them back by supporting this program. I think it was Helene Curtis or someone lady.
Any other proponents on number 50? Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing's closed. Next item.
Item 51, an ordinance to approve the Oxworth Apartments tax increment financing redevelopment agreement.
The public hearing on number 51 is today. Proponents, please.
Yeah, good afternoon, Don Seaton, City Planning. Again, I'm here for any questions you may have on this item. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Tom McClay, 5200 Webster Street, Omaha, Nebraska.
This project's been in front of the council a couple of times on the plan as well as the rezoning, replatting. I hope to gather your support and answer any questions you might have. Thanks.
Thank you. Any other proponents on 51? Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing's closed. Next item.
Item 52, an ordinance to amend special levy ordinance number 10376 for litter removal to add and repeal properties as listed on the agenda.
Public hearing on number 52 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing's closed. Next item.
Item 53, an ordinance to approve an agreement with Hub International Great Plains LLC for group benefit consulting services.
Public hearing on number 53 is today. Proponents, please.
Good afternoon, Deb Sander from Human Resources to answer any questions.
And Kristen Cavill, Benefits Manager with Human Resources, here to answer any questions.
Thank you. Any other proponents? Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing's closed. Next item.
Item 54, an ordinance to approve a wastewater service agreement with the City of Gretna.
Public hearing on number 54 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing's closed.
Item 55, an ordinance to acquire private property for construction of the traffic signals at various locations.
Public hearing on number 55 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing's closed. Next item.
Item 56, an ordinance to amend various sections of Chapter 55 of the Omaha Municipal Code to allow kennels in industrial districts, allow an accessory dwelling unit in AG district, and modify the resource extraction use type description. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval.
Public hearing on number 56 is today. Proponents, please.
Yes, Eric England, Omaha Planning Department. Thank you, President, members of the council. We discussed this briefly. Basically, this would be a zoning code amendment that would open up the kennel use type to industrial districts with approval of a conditional use permit, as well as a few other small changes. Asking for your support and here for any questions.
Thank you. Any other proponents today? Seeing none, any opponents?
Luis Jimenez, 2709 Dewey Avenue. I oppose this because this presentation instrument is not well communicated with the community who and the item holders. So this needs to be clarified what this is.
Are you trying to present something, Luis?
Yeah, I have a couple more.
Put it on the
I
table
have-
over there and it'll pop up.
No. What is this?
It's not functioning at the moment.
Okay.
That's why we're using the table.
Okay, well, so that's one opposition. Secondly is that when you have animals providing happiness and services and anything else in industrial use, people aren't going there for that, but yet you expect animals to be there for it. For example, I've been to a light industrial use area with 3 dogs, and one dog had a very bad back skin, like grafting, bacterial growth, and they were not taking care of that. The people that own the or they were participating in that business. But they were very happy to have those dogs there. But the dog was suffering from a skin impediment. And if you want to have a kennel use for industrial, it doesn't mix. Okay, it does not mix. Primarily because dogs are not industrious. they are there to protect individuals. We already have people protecting individuals. So to me, it seems like when you want animals in those industrials, it's just a pet use. Don't allow pet uses or cute things in industrial use. Have them be focused, everyone. Have them be focused on the work at hand. Thank you.
Okay. Any other opponents? Seeing none, public hearings closed. Mr. Hug, you're recognized. Just public hearing today. Yep. Okay. Ms. Johnson, you're recognized.
Thank you. I'm at loss for your name here, Dedrick. We had a gentleman, Luis, just come up with unclear understanding of what's being presented here.
Sure.
And I was just wondering if, Okay, but I would like for you to kind of give us a broad overview of what's before us today.
Sure, Eric England, Planning Department. So this is the kennel use type, which I can read here what the definition from the zoning code is. So that's the boarding and care services for dogs, cats, and similar small animals on any premises on which 4 or more dogs over 4 months of age are kept and maintained, not exclusively indoors. So this use type does apply to boarding, but it does also apply to other animal care operations, so businesses. So if someone had a dog daycare business, the part that's relevant is if they have animals that go outdoors. Okay, there's also pet services in the zoning code, which is specifically and entirely within doors. So most of the operations that we see are these doggy daycare type businesses, and basically we are expanding this use type to 3 additional zoning districts, so the LI, GI, and HI districts, with approval of a conditional use permit. Right now, the kennel use is only allowed within 4 districts, so it's pretty restrictive, and there's been a couple of major amendments to mixed use areas before this council in the past year, and there's also been 5 zoning board of appeals for commercial zoning areas for this use type. The department does not support the use of having the dogs outdoors in commercial areas, but we felt it, after reviewing, we felt that this modification is acceptable. That would open up hundreds and thousands of additional sites where people can run a business. This isn't just, dogs running loose or anything. These are business owners that are running operations.
Thank you.
Yep.
And Louise, can you come up, please? Having the additional information.
Yes,
Still have some
I will talk
concerns?
to you about what I feel that this is allowing.
Okay.
It's allowing animals to be in a parking lot. It's allowing animals to be in buildings that are not designed for animals. And so the planning department is saying that they can manage this. Okay, well, if you plan on this, you can manage it in your mind. But in real terms, animals are animals, and they don't belong in industrial area. They really don't. And I think that what I've seen is a lax for ownership of these animals. And I really think that it should not be prevalent in the city, in the zoning areas that they're promoting. Thank you.
Thank you for providing that additional information.
Okay. Thank you. There are no further lights. Next item.
Item 57, an ordinance levying a special tax assessment on certain lots in the city of Omaha, litter group number 2025-03.
Public hearing on number 57 is today. Proponents, please.
Larry Storr, 5015 Lafayette Avenue, Omaha, 68132. I'm in favor of all the special assessments, particularly for cutting weeds and beautifying areas. But I think you ought to amend today's agenda to also add the Walnut Hill District around and behind the Mega Saver between Hamilton and Cumming Street, because it is the pits. You might, if you're going to assess these people, you better assess them also. But I have a feeling there's a lot of out-of-town homeowners and apartment building owners in that area. And for some reason, the city is neglecting that whole area. Also neglecting across Northwest Radio Highway towards 50th Street. And it's about time we straighten that up and assess some other people that need to be assessed. And since these are the last items, I also want to say that some peculiar things have happened in these chambers the last 2 weeks. Did you not notice? Excuse me, Fester. Did you not notice that man is pestering me today? He was talking to you just before the meeting, and then he comes and sits down to me, right behind me, after walking around here a few times.
But you're off topic.
He's doing your bidding, or he's an employee, and I don't like it.
That's laughable.
Okay?
You're off topic.
I do not like it, Mr. Festerson.
You're done. You're done.
It's a bad appearance, just like last week.
You're off topic, and that makes no sense.
He's an employee, admit it.
Are there any other proponents to number 57?
Thank you, Lewis.
Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing's closed. Next item.
Item 58, an ordinance levying a special tax assessment on certain lots in the city of Omaha, weeds group number 2025-04.
Public hearing on number 58 is today. Proponents, please.
Donnie R. Johnson, the Johnson Equestrian Foundation, North Omaha Concerned Citizen Foundation. I feel this is a perfect opportunity to speak of freedom of speech. Thank you, sir.
Are there any other proponents to number 58? Seeing none, any opponents?
Matthew Williams, 1325 South 139th Street, Douglas. I was, in my opinion, improperly fined for a weed violation. Now, I agree that initially my home was in violation of the weed ordinance. However, I had bought a lawnmower. I can put it forward here. The same day I had been informed that I was in violation, I went ahead and bought that lawnmower, and I went ahead and remediated my lawn. However, they ignored my appeal when I sent it out, and they went ahead and contracted a company to go ahead and cut my lawn and charged me for that. Not only that, however, this company, upon arriving on my property, stole about $300 worth of power tools. I'm sorry about that. And for that reason, I'm objecting to being fined for the weed violation.
Okay, thank you. Are there any other opponents to number 58? Okay.
Doug Lane, 7325 Pinckney Street. I'm not necessarily for or against whoever else might be having a fine situation, but why are we not fining this individual? He's been a problem for over 20 years. And I've talked to the city code enforcement department on South 24th, and they told me they were instructed by the city's law department to leave him alone. Let me show you these. Can I pass these out to you?
Yeah, bring it to the clerk here if you want.
anyway, on the overhead, you can see 2 of the 6 photos that I've got. And again, the city, everybody in the code enforcement department knows this individual, but they also know that they can't touch him. Why is that? He's assessed at 100,000 and some change. I'm assessed at over 400,000, just a block away. How is that possible? What are the first 3 rules to code for assessed values or the value of a property? I'll give you a hint. 1 is location. What are the next 2?
So Doug,
Location,
I just wanna
location,
note that,
location, okay?
That topic's not on this agenda
Anyway,
item, but if you want to summarize, go ahead.
Okay, anyway, kids walk past this property, something needs to happen to this particular property. Why are these other people being harassed and he's not? I would say that these other properties, if they're in bad shape, they need to be fixed up. But why is this one not?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Are there any other opponents to number 58? Seeing none, public hearing is closed.
Item 59, an ordinance levying a special tax assessment on certain lots in the city of Omaha, Trees Group, number 2025-05.
The public hearing on number 59 is today. Proponents, please. Downey, it has to be onto this item, okay?
Yes, sir, Mr. Ferguson. I'm trying to stay on topic. I don't want this
You haven't done
deputy
very well
escorting
today,
me.
I have to say. This is number
Yes,
4.
sir. Donnie R. Johnson, the Johnson Equestrian Foundation, North Omaha Concerned Citizen Foundation, speaking on behalf of my constituents in North Omaha and some of my friends from Southeast Asia. If the city is willing to let them cut all these shrubs up and help out, they'll take a cut and pay. That's what they asked me to ask you folks, to hire them for the summer. And I would tell the Department of Roads that you will give them a cut and pay and hire them.
Any other proponents on this item? Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing is closed. Next item.
Item 60, an ordinance to approve an interim funding agreement with Mecca regarding the expansion and remodel of the Omaha Convention Center. Is communication in opposition?
The public hearing on number 60 is today. Proponents, please.
Good afternoon. Roger Dixon, 455 North 10th Street. I'm here to answer any questions in regard to this. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other proponents that want to speak? Seeing none, any opponents? Public hearing is closed. I don't see any further lights. Madam Clerk.
Non-action items, items 61 through 79, do not require public hearing or city council consideration at this meeting, but will be placed on a future agenda for public hearing and/or vote. The reason for non-action is noted after the item on the agenda, as well as the date the item is expected to appear on agenda for consideration.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Roll call.
Hug. Johnson. Melton.
Yes.
Rowe. Bagley. Harding. Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0. Meeting is adjourned at 3:03.
Thank you.